When I was in Boston in January, I took one evening, a very cold night, to go over to the Boston Public Library and go on their art and architecture tour. It's a fabulous building. The Boston Public Library is very inspiring. It was the first free municipal library, and so its whole ideal is very inspiring. But these are just a few pictures that I snapped on the tour. This is the entry as you first walk in the door. It's a grand and marvelous, wonderful entry. You can't tell from this picture, but those are mosaics, tile mosaics all across the ceiling and the floor. It's beautiful. This is a little bit of one area there in that entryway where the mosaic, you can see there are names of authors around the ceiling there, around that lamp. There are a few of these, and each grouping are artists, they're writers who've written in a particular area of thought, for instance, science or philosophy. On the floor, there are signs of the zodiac that are done beautifully in brass. They're inlaid, and these actually were rescued from the Chicago Exposition. If you've ever read Devil in the White City, that talks about that Chicago World's Fair that was in the 1890s. Soon after it closed, everything burned and fell into disrepair and so forth. But the artist of these went in and he rescued his work before it was destroyed, and so then donated them, these pieces, and so they've become part of the flooring there in the main entryway. Going up the stairs, you come to the entrance to the magnificent Bates Hall, which is the main reading room. But just outside of that, there are murals on the wall by Siobhan, and in this case, they're muses. Muses are painted and depicted along the wall there, representing different types of thought and the arts and so forth. Next to the doorway, on each side of the doorway, are these two figures, one on each side, females who represent different ideas. This one, with her hand up to the side of her head, is thought. She's thinking with her hand there in thoughtful repose. This one sits on the other side of the doorway, and she has a tablet on her lap, and she represents learning. And our guide mentioned that she brings school children on tours, and the school kids have renamed these two figures. This one they have renamed Cell Phone, and the other one, you've probably already guessed, they've renamed Laptop. So today, Cell Phone and Laptop guard the doorway into the magnificent main hall. And this is a very inadequate picture to show you what the Bates Hall looks like. Take a look on Wikipedia, and you can see a great picture of this fabulous space. The ceiling is so high and vaulted. The green reading lamps are a peaceful base for the room. It's quiet. It is really magnificent. So that's just a little bit about the Boston Public Library. And at the doorway as you come in, it says free to all, which is a very high-minded philosophy and ideal that the whole library is based on. So I hope you enjoyed that.